Hi everybody, it's Nani. How you doing today? I am doing great. I am back today with a Makeup Monday video for you. Get ready with me, whatever you want to call it. It seems like it's been a while since I did a Makeup Monday, so I thought why not? Over the last several weeks, I've been picking up a few things here and there. I know I showed some of them in little hauls in the past, a lot of Wet n Wild this time. Wet n Wild is so reasonably priced. It is literally just a few bucks per item. I think the most expensive thing of the Wet n Wild was this palette that I picked up. I'm thinking it was like $9 or something like that. But this is a massive eyeshadow palette. And I think this one, the blush, I think I actually got this at the Dollar Tree a while back. So just several things we're going to try out today. And yeah, my face is already ready. It is clean, it is moisturized, it is primed. On my eyes, I have the SHEGlam. Let's see if I have it the right way for you here. I have the SHEGlam, the eyeshadow primer. It was just a few dollars on the SHEIN website. I'm loving this a whole lot. I've used it many, many times now. Love it. And my primer, this has been my go-to. It is the e.l.f. the Poreless Putty primer, and I can never remember what the color is on this. It is just called Universal Sheer is the color of this, and I've been using this for a long time now. You can see I use my fingernail to kind of scoop out a little bit. It seems to work well for me, so I keep using it. And what else? I think that's about it so far on my face. So we're just going to go ahead and start. I got this. It's a Wet n Wild, the Tinted Hydrator. Never tried this before. And it says on here there's hyaluronic acid in it and squalene, lightweight, non-greasy finish, sheer to medium coverage. And this is in the color light medium. My hands are very shaky today, guys. So I don't know anything about tinted hydrators. I remember quite a while back, I had used, it was a BB cream. I think it was Maybelline. And I liked it, but I've never tried something like this. So I have my little makeup sponge. Don't mind it. It's getting pretty well worn. This is from the Dollar Tree. I love these little makeup sponges, and they're the Ione brand from Dollar Tree. And I'm just gonna, I should probably shake that up a little bit. Didn't think about that ahead of time, because this has been setting now for about 2 weeks, so I should probably shake it up. Let's go ahead and put some right on the makeup sponge so you can see. It's thick. It's like a foundation. It's pretty thick. I'm just going to try that much for right now and see if I need more, because I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and smear some on my face here. I have never used a tinted hydrator. I do not like the smell of it. It has a very, very strange smell. Very lightweight. I can already see I'm going to need more. Pretty good color though. They did have other choices, color choices, but I figured try the light medium for right now and see how that works for me. Now that summer's coming, I will be getting a little bit more color on my face, hopefully. Not a bad color at all. The smell though is, I mean, it's not overpowering smell, but just smells kind of odd, but it doesn't smell like it has gone bad. It just has a weird smell, but I'm liking how it's going on. Very light coverage, which I do like that in the summer. I don't like heavy makeups. I am going to put a little bit on my chest, which I always do. You can see all of my sun damage from over the years. Younger ladies, if you're watching, which I doubt, but if you are, use your sunscreen, protect yourself, because it will happen. You will destroy your skin. And I do cover, I don't go overboard, but this dress has a little V on it, so I go ahead and try to cover that. Have my little Dollar Tree mirror here to, I have on a little white tank under this dress, and I know I'm going to get it on the tank, but it is what it is. It is covering. I don't know if you noticed before I did it how red it was down here on my upper chest, but it did cover. Not bad. And I can't remember what this tinted hydrator cost, but it was not much. It was only a few dollars. And I will list everything below that I'm using. I won't put any links because I got all this stuff at Walmart, I think, other than a few things at Dollar Tree. But yeah, that's not bad, guys. It does not settle in my pores, which makes me very happy. All right. Not bad. Very, very light coverage. And you guys probably noticed I have some purple in my hair. I toned my hair yesterday, and the blonde pieces pulled purple from the toner, but it'll wash out probably after the first washing. I did not feel like bleaching, which I need to horribly. Didn't feel like doing it, so I just toned all the blonde and trying to get the brassy out, but it'll come out. I'm not worried about it. Kind of like the color purple, so we're good. All right, I'm going to use this under my eyes, the concealer. This is the Wet n Wild, the Incognito. Let me see. What color is this? It was something honey. Light honey is the color of it. Let me find my little concealer brush here. All the brushes I'm using today came from the Dollar Tree. And they're all, oh, as a matter of fact, I think they're all mostly Wet n Wild. They are. They're all mostly Wet n Wild brushes. Didn't even notice that before. And I always just put my concealer on the back of my hand and then use it from there. No real scent, a little light scent, but nothing bad. And then what I do is I use a little brush. I call this a concealer brush. I honestly don't know what the name of it is. And what I do is I just hit where I need it. You can see the dark. You can see the tear trough is darker. I have little dark areas right here, more so on this eye. I just hit where I need it. I don't do the big V's and fill it in. I just don't. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't look nice. So I just hit exactly where I need. And I use a little, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this brush very well, but it's a pretty thin, very tight brush. And I just go right in where I need it. I have no idea if this color is going to work for me or not, but we're going to go ahead and try it. It does have a very light scent to it. It almost smells like a very light floral scent. And then I may have to come in later on and retouch my concealer, depending on how this works for me. I just got some in my eyelashes. Oh well, we'll fix that later. But I just come in and hit right where I need it. I have all my little wet wipes and everything sitting here. And then I just kind of let it set for a few seconds, and then I'll go in with my finger and tap it into place. Let it just kind of, by the time I do this eye, I come back and do this eye. And I just use my finger to tap. I don't use a makeup blender or anything like that. I just use my finger. That's nice. And yes, it does settle in all of my little lines, and there is nothing I can do about that. And nothing I will ever be able to do about that. We're getting older, ladies and gentlemen, if you do makeup. I had something on my face. I put way too much on that side. I'm telling you, a little of this goes a long way, guys. I don't know what that was on my face. And if it was the foundation, I'm gonna have to put a little bit more on here. Just a dry patch. If that's a dry patch, the concealer is definitely sticking to it. I'm gonna try to get that off because that's gonna annoy me. There we go. Good enough. Let me put just a little bit more. It dries down very fast. At least on my skin it does. That little piece of skin just does not want to leave. Sorry guys. This video is not starting out the way I had hoped it to, but oh well, we all have days like this, right? But that's nice. And like I said, then I may have to come in and retouch, you know, where I need it later. And many times throughout the day, I'm just kind of putting it back in place where it has settled in my lines. Not bad though. I like it. All right, let's do, while the foundation is drying down a bit, let's go ahead and do my eyebrows. I'm just gonna do them quickly. This is the Covergirl, and this is called the, I'm not quite sure what it's called, but I absolutely love it. It is in the color 715 Honey Brown, and it is a very, very thin eyebrow pencil. I love that, and it has the spoolie on the other end. Got it at Walmart, and it's not very expensive either. I really like this a lot. And with my eyebrows, I just kind of make a little line on the bottom edge, and then I don't go overboard. I know if you guys have seen my other videos, I don't like that hard, harsh caterpillar look eyebrow, which some of you do, and that's fine. And I just kind of just lightly go in and make little lines. Can you see the difference when you just put just a tiny little bit on? I never go overboard. And I try to stay one shade lighter with my eyebrow pencil than my eyebrows. I just don't like that harsh look. And my eyebrows are two different shapes. I've said it before in my other videos. And I've been trying to get them to grow in to match, and it's taken me years. And I'm not kidding you, years, and it still hasn't happened. I think that's just about good enough. I'm not going anywhere today, so I'm not getting all fancy. And then I just use the little spoolie and just kind of soften it up even more. And that's that. You know what? Hold that thought a second. I have a, somewhere here. Is this Wet n Wild? This is Wet n Wild. This is the, it's a clear mascara or eyebrow gel. I'm really enjoying this. I've showed this before. This I got at the Dollar Tree, and I know that it's there right now. And I just gently put a little bit in. I don't go overboard with that either. It just kind of helps. When it dries, it keeps your eyebrows in place. So yeah, that's Wet n Wild, and it's called Mega Clear. $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. It's probably hard for you to see that, but I like it. All right, let's try some of this blush. This is the Wet n Wild, and I got this at the Dollar Tree a while back, and it is called Apri-Cot in the Middle, and it is the number 327B. I'm going to see if there's a lot of shimmer to this. Shimmer blushes and me do not work well together. I hope you can see that. It's a very light peachy color. Very pretty summer color. It doesn't look like there's much shimmer, which that makes me happy. And I'm going to use this Wet n Wild brush from the Dollar Tree. It's just a fluffy brush. I'm gonna kind of pat some of this off because me and blushes, you guys know, it seems like a lot of them are highly pigmented. That's pretty. That's pretty. Highly pigmented, indeed. I'm patting it off on my hand. I always use a little brush like this for my blush. I like the angle. And I can kind of point it in the direction I want it. Highly pigmented. Wowzers. But we can tone that down with a little bit of powder. I'm not one to really go in and bronze, and every once in a while I will, but very, very rare. I only own, I think, one bronzer. All right, we're gonna let that set for a minute, and I may have to cover that up a bit with some powder. We'll see how it settles down first, though. And again, that was the Wet n Wild, the Apricot in the Middle. I like it. Highly, highly pigmented. I'm horrible with blush, guys. In my face, the older I get, it's getting kind of bumps on it, and I don't know how to correct that, and it is what it is. All right, let's see. Now, let's start on some eyeshadow, and this is the Wet n Wild, the Always Naked palette. And I know it comes in other color palettes as well. I think there's one that's like a berry shade, which I would like to get in the future. But I got this at Walmart, and it's a bugger to open. Very pretty colors. You can see where I've rubbed my finger on just to swatch. So we're going to use one of the lighter shades under my brow. We're going to go ahead and use this lightest shade. And there's nothing on here that actually says the colors of the eyeshadows. So we're just going to go ahead and use this lightest, just right under my brow. Let's see how much fallout. A little bit of fallout, but not horrible. And I just come in right under my brow and highlight. And then I bring a little bit down the inside of my eye toward the corner of my eye, just to lighten it up a bit. And then sometimes I come in with a shimmer shade, just to add a little bit more boom in the under the brow, and then right in the corner of my eye, just to kind of open my eyes, make me look refreshed and bright and whatever. All right, now let's see, which color should we use in the crease? We're going to go ahead and we're going to try this shade. We're going to try this one, the one right below the lightest shade. We're going to try that in the crease for now, just to see how pigmented, how dark it actually is. Because sometimes it'll look like a light shade, and then you put it on and it is not a light shade. But that one's not bad. It's not as dark as I thought. And I just kind of put in right in the crease and a little bit above. And I know I say it every time. I imagine from the corner of my eye to the tip of my eyebrow, there's like a line, and I try not to get the eyeshadow below that. But sometimes it happens. But I'm just going to go ahead and just put it in just right there in the crease and a little bit above. This is a very nice formulation. It's very smooth. Very, very smooth. It goes on well. It seems to be blending beautifully. Very nice. Must do something about that blush. That's some bright stuff there. And then let's see, we're gonna try this shimmer shade right here, right beside this whiter shimmer shade. We're gonna put that on my lid. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of a gold color. Whoa, can you see that? I'm gonna go ahead. I always use my finger to put on shimmer shades. Don't know why, I just do. That's pretty. Very pretty. I don't know if you can see that. I like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of a darker shade. Let's try this one down here, this kind of very light mocha color. We're going to use it and just give me some more definition in the corner of my mobile lid and a little bit in the actual crease. Very matte. I like this palette. I really like this formulation. This is super nice. Not a lot of fallout, which makes me really happy. Take it up just a little bit higher. When you take it up a little bit higher, it just kind of helps make your eye look more open. My eyes are very hooded. So anything to make my eyes look a little bit more open is wonderful. This blends very nice. All right, let's see. What am I going to use under my eye? I don't want something too bold, but they're all pretty bold from here on out. Let's try this kind of cinnamon color. We'll put a little bit of that right underneath. And I don't go overboard. I can see an eyelash in it. I only go probably halfway, probably like right underneath my pupil is all the further I put eyeshadow under my eye. It seems when I go too far, because I do have shadowing anyway, darkness, it seems though when I go too far, it just makes my eyes look even smaller. So I don't. I go about halfway. And we're all different. We all have, you know, we all have how we like our makeup, and you do you. Just going to go ahead and flick some of this up here too. Got a little bit dark right there. Very pretty. I really think that I want to get the berry palette. I don't know what it is though. I don't know if it's called Berries, Always Berries. I can't remember. I know I saw it, but I can't remember what the color is. And let's go ahead and try. I'm trying to see how it looks. I'm going to try a little bit of the shimmer. Which one should I do? We're going to try this white and just hit the highest part of my arch. Oh, wow. That is very shimmery. It's not even shimmer. It's like a glitter. I doubt you're going to be able to see that, but it is like a very, very fine glitter. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some down here right in the corner of my eye. Even with that, usually with glitters, there's a lot of fallout. This isn't. That's pretty. It's sticking to my eyebrows though. The eyebrow gel must not be quite dry. It's all right. Just be a little bit shiny today, a little sparkly. And then if you want, you can put a little bit right in the corner of your eye as well. Get a little bit fancy. Nice. And then what I do for a liner, you guys, if you've been here before, you know, liquid liners and me, I love them, but my hands are so shaky lately that it is very, very hard for me to put on a liquid liner without making a mess. So I use a little angled brush. This is Wet n Wild from the Dollar Tree. Very, very tiny, thin, angled brush. And I wet it. I keep a little napkin. It's wet with just water. And I wet the brush just lightly. And then I'll use one of the eyeshadows and use that as my eyeliner. I get more precise. It's easier for me to handle doing it this way instead of a liquid liner. So let's see, which one should we use? Let's go ahead and try, this one looks like a shimmer. Let me see, is it? No, it's not. We're gonna go ahead and try this color right here. It's almost like a brown, but with a kind of a berry undertone. And then I just go in as tight as I can to my lash line. And I try to make it a little bit thicker on the outer edge. I don't really do cat, like the winged eyeliner. I have never accomplished that. I try, and to me, I just make a mess and it doesn't work. So I just do it my way. And I just come in and do a very thin line as close as I can to my eyelashes. And we'll do the other side. I'm really liking this eyeshadow palette, guys. This is nice. And so many color choices too. You can make 1,000 different looks with this one little palette. And I think it was $9 and something. It wasn't very much for this, for what you get. I just poked myself right in the eye. And that's one of the reasons why I don't use liquid liner, because I make a mess, even though I love it. And there's the one from Dollar Tree. I think it's LA Colors. They have amazing liquid liners, and I do have them. And on days that my hands aren't quite as shaky, I will use them, but today my hands are pretty shaky. And then sometimes I'll put a darker shade right in the very corner of my lower lashes. I don't go in very far at all. Just like that. That's about as good as it's going to get today with the eyes, other than my mascara. So this was the Wet n Wild, the Always Naked palette. Love it. Love it, love it. This will last me forever. And just beautiful colors. And so many different oh no, shimmers. I'm going to have to edit that out. Shimmers and mattes and glitter. I want to show you guys this one. This one is so glittery. Beautiful. But anyway, the Wet n Wild. All right, now I'm going to have glitter everywhere. It comes off pretty easily though, which is nice. All right, now we are going to do the mascara. Let me go ahead and use my little torture device and curl them. I always curl my lashes. I like it better when they do have a little curl, just kind of opens my eyes. At least I think so. I don't even know where I got this eyelash curler. I've had it forever. I know it was Walmart, but I don't know the brand or anything. And I have looked on it, and I don't even see a brand name stamped, but couldn't have been very expensive because I usually don't buy expensive things. Every once in a while I will with makeup, and you may see one here in a second, but typically not. And we're going to go ahead and use this mascara today. This is the Sky High. This is, who makes this? Maybelline. This mascara, there was so much hype over it, and honestly, I don't think I'll buy it again. I don't know. It does the job, but I just don't think it's that great, but I want to use it up. So to me, it just seems like it doesn't give you any volume. It does give you length, but I'm just not a fan. So I don't know if I'll buy it again. I'm always on the hunt for that perfect mascara. I think we all are. But I mean, it does the job. It really does. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know. This one has me torn. And I just touched my waterline, or whatever you call that. It really stinks having shaky hands, guys. And I keep my little Q-tips handy just to go ahead and clean up my messes. Let's see if I can do it better. If I was just doing this on my own on a typical day, I'd take more time, but oh boy, I'm having a bugger of a time today, guys. Today probably wasn't the best day for me to try to put on makeup because of my hands being so shaky today. But that's the Sky High mascara. You can tell it definitely makes a difference. This eye looks way bigger now than this one, but I don't know. This one just, it confuses me. I mean, I can't say that I hate it, but I'm trying to use it up. I'm trying to use up, I think I have 3 mascaras open. Oh, I have 4 mascaras open. So I go back and forth trying to use them up before I buy anything new. So if you guys have any suggestions on a good mascara that does both, that does volume and length, I would love to hear it. I used to always use the, is it L'Oreal's Lash Paradise? And I really enjoy that. So I may go back to that in the future, but I like trying new products because you never know. And everybody is different about what they like and what they don't. And then sometimes I'll come back in and put on a second coat. And then if they're all clumpy, I'll come in and separate. I just don't know about this mascara. It does the job. I don't absolutely hate it, but so that's it for my eyes, I think. Let me see, now what? I'm going to go ahead and put on a little powder. This is one thing that I did spend a lot of money on. I can't remember now how much it cost. Can't remember, so I'm not even going to say. You'll have to look it up. It is the It Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder. This was pricey, and I put it in my makeup bag one day when we were traveling, and I broke it. And I'm going to make a mess here when I open this. It is everywhere. It is now on the mirror because I flipped it upside down, but I broke it in my makeup bag. I must have dropped something on it. I'm not quite sure, but I broke it. So now it sits here on my desk and I use it here. But it is in the shade Translucent. I love this stuff. And when it says Bye Bye Pores, it's not lying. It makes your pores look like they disappear. I may have to go back in here later when the video is done and kind of touch up my concealer again, but it's not bad. And then I just put a little tiny bit of powder. I do not go overboard with powder. The more I put on, the cakier it looks, the worse it looks. So I just go in very, very lightly, try to use what's on my brush and just touch. And it just makes your pores, it's like they vanish. I will buy this again. When this is gone, even though it was expensive, I will buy it again because I like it that much. I'm trying to tone down that blush just a little. But I try not to keep touching the actual thing of powder because I use what's on my brush and go very, very light. I can see my concealers really caking under this eye, probably is the other as well. But yeah, I just use that, touch my pores, and just, you know, anywhere I have a lot of, which is everywhere now. And that's it with the powder. I love this stuff. Absolutely love it. But it is pricey. But to me, it's worth it because it does the job. A lot of the other powders that I have used recently, just they cake up. They make me look like I have concrete on my face. I don't like that. All right, I guess all I have left is the lips. And this is another Wet n Wild product here. Got this at Walmart as well. And this is in the shade Rosebud, I believe. It is a matte. And it is in the shade Rosebud. And I know at Dollar Tree here a while back, they had all kind of packages like this with the little lips on, but I never found a shade that I liked. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to swatch it there for you. It is a definite rosy color, and I picked it because of, I'm sorry, I touched my mic, the colors in my dress. I thought it would go nice. This is a matte, which I will then probably go ahead and put gloss on top. I'm not fancy. I don't use a lip liner usually. Pretty. It is a definite matte. I like it. That's pretty. Very spring summer color. I like that a lot. It is a matte, but it's not, I have trouble with mattes because they seem very, very drying. This, it's a little bit on the dry side, but it's not bad. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't feel like straight powder on your lips. It's not bad. I could wear it just like that and I'd be okay with that. And then I'm going to use my lip gloss that I get at the Dollar Tree. I love this. The name is probably worn off because it's always sits here and I use it, but it's the LA Colors and I have no idea what the shade is, but it's the pink. Is it Dreamy Pink or something? I don't know. But then I just put some gloss on just to give me a little bit of shine. But this is my favorite gloss. I wear it all the time. But that's about it, guys. That's my makeup look for the day. I'm really, really liking this, the Wet n Wild palette. And the blush is nice too. To get that at the Dollar Tree, that's awesome. I'm not sure if it's there right now. I know I picked that up a while back. But that's nice. So that is it for my Makeup Monday. And my purple hair. Don't worry, it'll be gone here after I wash it. With all my blonde, the super blonde always picks up the purple. It grabs the purple when I tone. So it'll come out when I wash it. I'm not worried about it. Something a little bit different for the next few days, I guess. So anyway, guys, that is it for my Makeup Monday. If you like this type of video, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of my YouTube family. You guys are the best. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you again here really soon. Peace.